Welcome to NHMR's Sponsor Spotlight, where each month we highlight one of our sponsors, put a face to the company name, and get their perspective on the current real estate market. Welcome everyone to a new feature we are doing here at New Haven Middlesex Association of Realtors. It is our Sponsor Spotlight. And we're excited today to kick this off with our premier sponsor. We have with us Kelly McGuiness of Prime Lending out of Milford. And today we're going to be learning a little bit more about our sponsor here, her company, a little bit about her, and we're going to dive into some of the market dynamics going on as well. So thanks for joining us, and let's jump right in and welcome Kelly. Thank you for doing this with us and being the first in our sponsor spotlight. And why don't I just open it up to let you tell us a little bit about yourself and about how you found your way into the mortgage business.
Great. So as you said, I'm Kelly McGuiness from Prime Lending. I'm a branch manager. Currently at Prime Lending, I have 3 branches that report to me, our Milford office, our Madison, Connecticut office, and our Ludlow, Vermont offices. I have been, in addition to managing those offices and our operations center, I also have a personal production that I do. So those 3 things keep me very, very busy.
I would say so. I didn't know the Ludlow piece, by the way. I'm jumping right in, but had I known, I'm going to be calling you when it comes time to search for a ski house someday.
For sure.
We'll see.
Yeah, for sure. And oh my gosh, if we think we're having a hard time in here, Connecticut, you can't even imagine some of the unique market challenges they're going through up in Vermont. But that's a story for another day. So I've been in the mortgage lending business for over 35 years. It actually pains me to say it because I cannot believe it's been that long, but it's been a phenomenal career. Started off as a mortgage loan officer with Citibank, became an area sales manager for them, then opened my own mortgage company, which I owned and operated for 26 years in New Haven County. And then 7 years ago, we decided to close our mortgage company and join Prime Lending. And I have to tell you, I'm so thrilled with the company that I work for. We are probably, without doubt, the most customer-centric mortgage organization that I think exists in the marketplace. And our commitment to taking great care of customers and great care of the realtors who send them to us is really just kind of the hallmark of everything we do.
That's awesome. That leads me actually right to another question, which was a couple of them were one, what sets you apart from the competition? And kind of related to that, I know you've done some training at our own office for business plans, which we appreciate. And so I'm curious what your mission statement is for your branches.
Yeah. So our mission statement is to make a profound and meaningful difference in the lives of all that we serve. And that would include both our employees and our customers and our referral partners. And it's something that we literally, work and breathe and live every moment of every day. And it shows up at Prime Lending in so many different ways. I would tell you that our competitive advantage, I think, is twofold. First and foremost, our pre-approval letters are really considered like a golden ticket for those realtors who know us and trust us. And we've been the number 1 purchase lender now in New Haven County for many years in a row. And that's done without branches to walk into, we don't have banking branches. We don't buy loans from other mortgage companies. We don't buy leads. We are a referral-based company, and we grew to number 1 by taking really great care of our customers, and by 2, really doing an incredibly thorough job on our pre-approvals. I mean, when a customer comes to us for a pre-approval, we are vetting through that entire loan as if we're underwriting it ourselves. And so as a result, especially in this market, we're hearing more and more and more that clients are getting the contracts in a multiple bid situation because they've got a Prime Lending pre-approval letter and the listing agent can trust us. That's number 1. Number 2, I think the biggest really right now in this market competitive advantage we have is we use local appraisers. Now I want to take a moment and talk about local appraisers because while this is something I've talked about in the past, it's never been so important as it is in this hot, insane, appreciating real estate market. So when I owned my mortgage company, right after the Dodd-Frank laws went into effect after the housing crisis, one of the biggest shakeups in the industry was something called appraiser independence. And what happened at that time in 2008, 2009 is The federal government came in and basically said appraisers and mortgage lenders needed to remain independent and couldn't work or collaborate together on price values. And that was because of the concern that appraisers had been inflating values, et cetera, et cetera. Well, the most common approach to that's used by 90% of the lenders in the marketplace was to hire an appraisal management company. This was a middleman company that would basically act as a firewall between the lenders and the appraisers. Well, the problem with the appraisal management companies is they immediately slashed appraisal fees to the appraisers in half. So in the late 2000s, our appraisers saw their annual incomes slashed in half. The only way they're going to make that up is on volume, right? And if you're going to be working strictly on volume and trying to turn appraisals real quick, you're not going to be able to take the time to do a really thorough investigative job, especially in a market like this. That's the single greatest reason we decided to close our mortgage company. So when we went to prime lending, we specifically chose prime lending 7 years ago when this wasn't even, it was important to us, but it wasn't like a cornerstone of how business is being done today. We chose prime lending because we have an appraisal department that's also equally compliant with the federal government. Just most lenders don't want to take the liability. That means we use local appraisers. There's no middleman. The appraiser gets the entire appraisal fee and basically takes the time to do a really thorough job. And in a market like this, where we're starting to see low appraisals because property values aren't keeping pace with appreciating values and offers in a competitive bid situation, working with local appraisers has never been more important.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. I've seen everything you're speaking to out in the field. I hadn't really heard it described that way or gotten the full backstory. So yeah. That's really interesting and an interesting value add for you guys. So 35 years in the business and managing 3 branches and keeping your own book of business. Yeah. I'm curious, first off, what you love most about the mortgage business, but second, with that experience, if you could change one thing about the mortgage business or the way things are done, what would that be?
Yeah. Well, what I love I've had an incredibly successful, lucrative, fulfilling career. I mean, when I was raising my family, the flexibility that this career afforded me was amazing. The opportunity to provide good financial advice to clients who are looking to buy the single largest investment of their lives and make sure that they are comfortable with what they're doing, that they are making good, sound financial decisions is just, it's really very, very fulfilling. Absolutely, positively fulfilling. And then the friendships, developing the friendships with the realtors that we serve has been just so rewarding. And, some of my best friends are realtors that I've done business with for many years and continue to do business with. So it's been an incredible opportunity for me. What would I like to see different? Candidly, as the world moves to more and more online, internet-based lending, what we're seeing, and I know because I rescue these deals every single day, is you've got people answering phones in large institutions, pounding information into a computer and, getting an answer spit out. But unfortunately, what you put in is what you're going to get out. And I feel like we're losing the opportunity for loan originators to be really good lenders. And what we've turned to is really application takers. And that puts clients at risk because they'll get into a contract, they'll pay their inspection fees and their appraisal fees. And the next thing you know, something that should have been identified right up front in their pre-approval or their pre-qualification is creating a declination on them. So that's the thing that I wish I could change, and I wish we could be training really good lenders in the marketplace still, but we'll see how that progresses.
Very interesting answers, and ones I think probably many of our realtors will relate to, because I think in a parallel way, that's a lot of the joy and that we get out of the business, and also one of the things that is changing in our own field as well. So very interesting. So shifting a little bit to you personally, I just read a headline that over 50% of adults are vaccinated here in the U.S. We're looking forward to things reopening. So assuming down the line, we're going to have all our businesses reopening. where will we see you? Where might we see Kelly about town? What do you like doing when you have a moment of leisure?
Yeah, you're going to see me at every possible restaurant I can get to, because I have I love dining out with family and friends, and it's just been, we've really missed like the restaurant experience. So we'll be out dining. We'll be spending a lot of time with family and friends. It's the most important thing. And I think the other place you're going to see me is back in the training room at the Board of Realtors, because unfortunately, we've been pulled back. It was a big refinance year, big purchase year last year, record year, literally in so many ways. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to get out and do a lot of the training that I love to do at the Association of Realtors. So yeah, looking forward to getting back to that real fast.
All right, good. Well, we've got you on record that you're coming back to do your business planning training. So we have that recorded. And we'll close out with, since you want to get it back out to restaurants, I need to know, I was going to ask you a softball, New Haven or Chicago style pizza, but we know the answer you have to give. So I'm going to see if I could get you on the record for what New Haven pizza place are you going to?
I'm a modern girl. As a matter of fact,
No hesitation.
Yeah, whenever we have people relocating into Connecticut, I always get the modern gift certificates. I always sit by, whenever I'm talking to somebody coming, there's been a lot of people coming in from New York. I'm like, have you tried our pizza yet? And I'll tell you one other great little plug for Modern. I actually send Modern pizzas to all my corporate peers down in Dallas. And it's fantastic. So pizza's important to us here.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for spending some time with us and telling us about both you and your company. And we hope the realtors out there enjoyed getting to see a face behind the name. And thank you for your sponsorship and continued sponsorship of our events. They make a lot of things possible. Great.
Our pleasure.
Thanks.